Thank you, thank you. First off, you guys are insane. The feedback on the last devlog was unimaginable. I honestly might make more of these, and I'm sorry I don't know how or when to make these. And secondly, we have a couple new, what do I call this again? Oh yeah, big topics. It's honestly quite baffling to see such large progress this time as well. We'll delve later into such delicacies, and stay tuned for a special guest, for you may be surprised. Unless you're in my Discord, then you might already know what it is. So, let's get started. Okay, so as you know, Chapter 1 for Diary is pretty much complete, but before I start talking about Chapter 2, I want to go over some renditions I did for the first chapter. To start off, I added a few more rooms in the beginning to add more ambience, and to familiarize the player with the controller. I also finally used that tree from last video I couldn't find a place for. Such a great use. To be completely honest, I've been worn out recently with doing things for school and the side project which I'll be announcing later, but you may already know what that is. I also updated the diary to be more fluent and understandable, as well as fix a few bugs I figured would be a problem later down the line. I also started to use the ratings tab, which I feel is a very nice piece to introduce and understand Mabako's feelings while you're on your adventures. How this tab works is essentially at different points of your journey. She'll write something down in her book. It'll let you know with an icon in the bottom right corner, but the previous page disappears every time she writes a new one. This is mainly to keep the player intrigued in her feelings, and also I'm lazy, so keeping so many pages in the readings tab would most likely lag the game and possibly break it, so yeah. To sum up the readings tab, basically it's your personal notebook at points of the game that you can look and check up on her and how she's feeling. And yes, they vary depending on your actions towards her, so be wary. I started adding interactables in the background. Most games don't really have this, and I feel like being able to interact with the background allows the world to be more lively. It also adds ambience and some lore. So far, it's been working really well. I feel like it's going to make the game longer to finish. Looking for more polish here, so this is definitely a giant W. Finally, I started working with the layout of Chapter 1. So far, the game has been very difficult, and it's mostly because I ended up getting used to the controller. And then I created a few rooms, and then created more, and the difficulty just kept going up, so probably not the best idea. So instead, I started moving a few rooms and adding more to the library for an extension and to connect to the third chapter, which hopefully I'll talk about next time. Okay, I think that's everything for Chapter 1, so it's time to move on to the fun stuff. Chapter 2 is one of the lengthier chapters. In contrast to Chapter 1, it will really build on the characters and introduce a lot of casual mechanics I think you're going to need for the rest of the game. So far, I've completed about 40% of Chapter 2, including a rush hour and some environmental stuff with Sparkin. Sparkin serves to be one of the most intense areas of the game, being a part of the archives in the library. And this area is built by a new, in quote, antagonist. In the first chapter, we learned a lot about Stella. For those who don't know, or those who have played the demo, she is the main protagonist for the whole game as well as a motivator for Mabako's actions. The antagonist in Chapter 2 is named Foxlu. The worst part is, they aren't even a fox, so... Foxlu built the entirety of the Sparkin with the help of Bono from the first chapter. She's a mechanic on the hunt for her lost sister and believes Stella has something to do with it. Although she resides in archives in Stella's library, she is hidden underneath their noses. When I mean there, I mean both Stella and her right hand Spaera. I know this is a lot, but that's a whole story for now. The main points of Chapter 2 that I haven't gone to is the boss animations for the boss fight and cutscenes, and the entirety of the jail area, which you'll find more about later. Overall, Chapter 2, in my opinion, will definitely lure you into the story. Am I able to show the extra news finally? You know what? That's good enough. I bring to you a crossover. I've been working on this for a long time now, and I think it's ready to hit the public eye. The terrarium mod known as Rosemary's Garden. And why is this here, you may ask? Because this is a connected universe to Diari, so why not? This is also a devlog, so there's no restrictions for it to being only the game. A good question to ask may be, why did you even make this? Well, currently Terraria is one of my favorite games to play. Whether it be with my friends or by myself, it's pretty enjoyable. And it serves as a fun little side project that can keep the Diari community playing things that they love. If you do not know, Rosemary is Stella, so just the 2 different names of Stella's full name, which is Rosemary Alchemy Stella. The mod is currently out right now and is getting a big reformation. When the time comes, you'll see a new trailer on my channel for the mod. Be on the lookout, and I hope that it finds you well. I conclude this video with saying, join the Discord, and I guess the link to the demo is down below. It's pretty cool. You should definitely play it. I love you all, and I'll see you later.